Y'all, it's Casey with Whiskey Riff. Today's Tuesday, so let's talk about a new song. As I'm sure many of you already know, Luke Combs dropped his 4th studio album, Getting Old, last Friday, I guess it was now. And it's honestly one of my favorite projects he's ever put out. And one song in particular really stood out to me and I haven't stopped listening to, and that would be See Me Now. That song is actually inspired by both of his grandfathers, one of which he calls his Pap Pap, and he told him when Luke was really young that he would make it one day if he stuck with the whole music thing. And Luke said the conviction with which his grandpa told him that stuck with him forever, and clearly he was right. And his other grandpa on his mom's side, his grandpa Jim, fostered his love of racing from a really young age, and Luke says he only wished he could have been there to watch him perform at the Daytona 500 2 years in a row. Luke shared the full story himself on social media, I guess about a month or so ago now, and he said, quote, "These are my grandpas. The one on the left of the photo was my dad's dad, Pap Pap. When I started doing music, he told me, if you stick with this, you're gonna make it, and I thought he'd lost his mind. But he said it with such conviction that I almost believed him, and that moment stuck with me forever. He passed away in 2016, but thankfully my first album, This One's For You, was already finished by then, and I played it for him the last time I got to see him. Unfortunately, that's as far as he saw my music career go." And about his grandpa Jim, he said, "We spent so many Sundays watching races together, cooking breakfast, telling dirty jokes, and driving grandma crazy. He passed away in 2011 and never got to see me pick up a guitar or sing a song. But I know he'd be my biggest fan if he was still with us, especially when I got to play the Daytona 500 2 years in a row." The reason I tell y'all this is because they were the inspiration for my song See Me Now, where I kind of get to tell these stories a little bit and tell them some things they never got to see happen. I miss you both like crazy, and I think you'd be proud of the man I've become. I also shared this really sweet picture of them when Luke looks maybe, 3 or 4, and I just love how personal that song is, and you can just hear the emotion when Luke sings it, and it's cool to know how much it really means to him. And for more awesome stories like this, make sure you check out our website, Whiskey Riff, and follow us on all of our social media at Whiskey Riff. Bye, all!